Namaste, Witchlings. What the fluff? All right. Namaste, my Witchlings. How are we doing today? I wish I knew how it was in Washington, D.C. Last I heard, it's still chaos out there. I am on the opposite coast. Okay, that. Clunk. There we go. Yeah, we are in Washington State. Hey, John, how are you doing today? Hello, Emma. Oh, you know what? My hair is frizzy as fluff today, but that's okay. Oh, we have a Skylar back. Hello. Cat's Eye. Hey. We got some new faces. Well, new names today. Oh, shit. Yes, that would be helpful. Derp. I'm a dorkfish this morning. All right. This is going to go somewhere that it's not going to annoy the fuck out of me. All right. What? Yeez. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now, here we go. I am here. I am mostly organized. Oh, that is awesome to hear, John. I'm glad things are going well. Hey, Chloe. The man behind the curtain says he caught your message. You just didn't have time to respond. What time is it currently? Oh, God, it's 1:37. I'm looking at the clock or the watch, and there's a timestamp right next to his name. God. It is one of those days. I'm guessing Skylar is male. I do know that Skylar is a genderless name. Sniffle. Skylar likes Cena and George Strait. Okay. Good. I am so glad to hear that, Chloe. Okay, so I was correct. Yay. Oh. That is awesome, John. Things are going really, really well. I gotta find that Disney Princess Yoga. That sounds pretty awesome. All right. Yes, we say hello to Pia. She's been attending via the phone the last few days, so that's not horrible. This is going to annoy me, babe. I can't not see it. There we go. All right. We're going to do our digital housekeeping and say, please be mindful of the energy you bring into this space, and you will be respectful in my chat. If you are not, Arnold and the mods will be fighting you with the banhammer.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Sip of coffee and let's get started. Hey, gamer. All right, here we go. All right. A turning point arrives. Release what you love. What? Puppy needs to be fixed. I see that now. Okay, there's Puppy. And now I'm where I belong. All right. Trying this again. All right, y'all. A turning point arrives. Release what cannot love you back and choose yourself with care. Spider Woman reminds us we're supported by unseen threads. We practice Vairagya, cleanse mind and body, receive compassion, and laugh at illusion as truth reveals itself. Namaste, my witchlings. Welcome, welcome, welcome one and all to Di's Daily Divinations and Self-Care. This is where magic meets mindfulness, and we take just a moment to honor the day, listen to the cards, and tend to ourselves along the way. Now, whether you're returning or joining us for the very first time, I am so very glad you're here. Hey, hi, hello, and welcome. I am Di, your yoga witch and guide, and this is your daily pause for reflection, insight, and self-care. So go grab your favorite crystal. I am playing with my garnet palm stone today. Light your favorite candle or some incense for that aromatherapy. Settle in with your coffee, tea, or whatever brew fills your mug today, and let's step into the day's wisdom and self-care together. Now, if this space resonates, do not forget to do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing because it helps our witchling community grow. And speaking of growing our community, yay! You can now join our channel as a witchling member. Your membership helps me keep creating all of this magic, and it does let us stay connected in deeper, far more meaningful ways. Now, if you feel so called as to support our channel and you have the financial wherewithal to be able to, and you would like to step just a little bit closer into the coven, go ahead and tap that join button and come on in. All right. Good morning, everybody. It feels like morning to me. We do not have any birthdays today, sad face. So, we are simply lighting our candle today. So, as I light this flame, may it shine as a beacon of light and hope for those finding their way through the dark. We hold this light in remembrance and solidarity with survivors and victims of gun, domestic, and sexual violence, for witchlings and their loved ones facing difficult moments, and keeping all of them within our circle. And with the lighting of our candle, our sacred circle is now closed, and we extend an invitation to the ancestors to join us here today. Stay. All right. Yes, I am live every day. Not sure, Skylar. I have not listened to Avenged Sevenfold since I was a teenager. Thank you, John. Hey, Mike. You're early today. All right. Let's see what holidays we have today. All right, my witchlings, let's take a look at what holidays and observances are showing up for us today. Okay. We start with Free Thinkers Day. I like this one. So, Free Thinkers Day. Today honors curiosity, questioning, and the courage to think for yourself even when it's uncomfortable. Free thinkers challenge inherited ideas, examine systems critically, and trust their own discernment. It is Free Thinkers Day. Next, this doesn't feel right. I know it is. Yes, okay. It is Seeing Eye Dog Day. Brain is not braining. It is Seeing Eye Dog Day, a day of deep gratitude for guide dogs and the humans who train, partner with, and advocate alongside them. This is about trust, accessibility, and quiet, devoted service that changes lives every day. As well as Seeing Eye Dogs, I do want to acknowledge all service animals. They are amazing, and so many lives would be so different without them. It is also National Puzzle Day. How many puzzle people do I have here? Puzzles remind us that not everything is meant to be solved quickly. Some things ask for patience, curiosity, and the willingness to sit with not knowing for a while. All right, my loves. That is our holidays for today. Okay. Oh, thank you, gamer. You are awesome. It's a Mimi and a Hazel. Yeah. Do I think I'm a teenager? Hell no. My children would kill me if I thought I was still a teenager, considering they're all in their 20s. No. Oh, let's see. Mike is halfway snowed out. All right. I'm wondering why Xavier thinks I think I'm a teenager. Okay. All right, there we go. I'm loving my shirt today. I haven't worn my club shirt in a while. Wait. Oh, we forgot that. Oops. And I can't even use the excuse that it's Monday 2.0. Typically when a card... We have talked about that, Mike, but typically what it means when a card jumps out of the deck at you like that is it has a message for you. All right. It's time to look at our goddess. So, my witchlings, it is time to honor our goddess of the day. She is a divine presence to inspire, guide, and walk with us on our journey. Spider Woman steps forward from the midst of the southwestern Native American peoples as a powerful, resourceful helper and weaver of fate. Her medicine is magical charm, craft, and growth expressed through spiders and all woven things. She is the one who spins the unseen web that connects every life, every choice, and every turning point. No matter what obstacles stand in your way, Spider-Woman quietly arranges the right network of energy, guiding you strand by strand toward accomplishment and purpose. In metaphysical traditions, all life exists as a vast web, with each individual forming a vital strand within it. Spider-Woman keeps us aware of these connections, revealing their meaning psychically and reminding us that nothing we do exists in isolation. To strengthen your bond with her today, hang a Native American dream catcher, shaped like a web, over your bed so her teachings may come through dreams, or carry a woven item with you as a talisman. These acts honor her presence and invite supportive energy, clarity, and success into all that you undertake. This day also carries echoes of the Hikuli dance practiced by native peoples in Mexico, a ceremonial search for peyote used in religious rites. Through dance, participants enter altered states of awareness, honor their ancestors, and bless the growth of future crops. Now, if you can, put on some music and boogie down today. As you dance, visualize yourself moving within a glowing web, each motion strengthening your path forward. In this way, you align your own growth with the sacred rhythmic energies of Spider-Woman's dance. That's today's goddess. I love it when we talk the Native American goddesses. I really, really do. Have a good one, Chloe. Isn't she? Oh, I love it when we talk the Native goddesses. There we go. You okay back there, Bubbler? Okay. He's fixing his blanket. Oh, wee, dizzy. Fucking pots, man. Yep, I see Hazel. I feel awful for Chloe. The shit she's going through right now. Glad her mom is taking shit seriously, and so is the school. Okay. You're welcome. Are you comfy yet? Thank you. Good grief. All right, y'all. Who wants to see what the cards are screaming today? Oh, are they screaming? It's time for the Oracle. Take a listen to what the Oracles are screaming and let me know what y'all think. All right, we start with You Don't Love Me, followed by Someone Better, And last but not least, it is for the higher good. What do these three put together tell us? Well, the truth has settled in. You don't love me, and I am no longer fighting that knowing. There is grief here, yes, but also awakening. This moment calls me to choose myself instead of shrinking for what will never ever be returned. The path forward is illuminated by someone better, not as a replacement, but as a reminder that I deserve care, reciprocity, and devotion, starting with my own. Through this choice, I begin restoring my self-confidence, rebuilding my self-esteem, and reclaiming my self-respect. Though this ending carries weight, it is for the higher good, affirms that walking away is not an act of failure, but an act of alignment, healing, and profound self-honoring. Those are our oracles. And now, what do the unicorns have to say? A long-awaited wish is close, but excitement could blur your judgment. Pause before acting. What feels thrilling now may carry hidden consequences. You're emerging from a lost, stuck season, ready to reclaim yourself wisely and on your own terms. Let's see how we get there. We start with the Nine of Cups. Fulfillment of wishes. Happiness may be temporary. Next, the reversed Fool. Well, the Fool reversed. You are not only excitable, but you are very likely to be very foolish about the situation at hand. I must advise extreme caution and to avoid taking risks of all kinds, as you really cannot trust your own feelings right now, and you could be making a huge mistake. Last but not least, the Hanged Man reversed. You are ready to take the unicorn by the horn. You have been through your lost soul period due to circumstances beyond your control and are now ready to take some positive action. Put it all together and what do we got? The Nine of Cups appears as a promise that a long-held wish is within reach, yet it carries a gentle warning. The satisfaction it brings may be fleeting if deeper truths are ignored. Alongside it, the Fool reversed signals heightened excitement paired with poor judgment. There is a strong temptation to leap forward on emotion alone, but this card urges extreme caution. Now is not the time for risks, as your feelings are clouded and the action you were considering could become a costly mistake if rushed. This moment of pause leads directly into the Hanged Man reversed, revealing a turning point. After enduring a prolonged lost soul phase shaped by forces beyond your control, you are finally ready to shift your perspective and reclaim agency. The urge to act is real, but it must be grounded, intentional, and guided by wisdom rather than impulse. That's our tarot cards for today. And now, my lovely witchlings, whoosh. Let's bring the oracle and the tarot together into one clear message, a single solitary stream of guidance flowing through each and every card. Drop a comment, let me know if this reading resonates. Ooh. Here we go. Our reading opens with a painful truth voiced through "You don't love me," a realization that can no longer be ignored. This awareness marks a turning point, one where staying would mean abandoning your own worth. The pull towards someone better is not about escape, but about restoration, reclaiming self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-respect that have been slowly eroded. This choice is affirmed by "It is for the higher good," reminding you that walking away is not selfish, it is alignment. At the same time, the Nine of Cups promises fulfillment, yet cautions that not all happiness lasts if it's built on impulse. The Fool reversed warns that heightened emotion may tempt you into reckless action, urging extreme caution and a pause before any leap. Finally, the Hanged Man reversed shows you emerging from a long lost soul season shaped by forces beyond your control. You are ready to act, but this time with clarity, wisdom, and intention, choosing yourself without rushing, regret, or worse, self-betrayal. That's our reading for today. Oh, now we have our affirmation. Our affirmation is, I trust myself to choose what honors my worth. I release what cannot meet me in love. I move forward with clarity, patience, and self-respect, knowing every step I take serves my highest good. That's our affirmation. Hey, Peter. New person. Actually, the reverses don't necessarily mean anything bad. Moving mouse. So, thank you. He's a Lisa Frank picture. I'm finally reading the chat here. Yes. The cards are repeat. There is a message that somebody needs to hear that we haven't heard yet. So, yeah, they have definitely been screaming. I'm going to give my honest opinion on what I think the tarot cards are screaming right now. We need to think before we act. Things came through. Hey, Will, have a good day. Remember, you don't look good in orange. The promises have been fulfilled, but may not necessarily, the happiness might not last, followed by, we need to look before we leap. We need to not, rush headlong into things without thinking. And then the final card saying that we've come through our lost soul period and we're ready to take that action. I honestly think that it's screaming about the situation here in the States. My opinion, I could be off base, but that's what my brain was saying as I was reading them earlier. Hello, Peter from Germany. Nice. Oh. The hell was that noise, babe? Okay. It sounded like a zipper or something. I'm like, what the fuck are you playing with over there? So, hey, Sage, have a good sleep, hun. Rest well. Sleep sweet, dream deep. There we go. Yes, good to see you're staying busy. All right. My watch feels funny. I can't get it tight enough, and then when I get it tight, it's too tight. It's one of those days. All right. All right, you guys. Let's keep going. I'm going to ditch this now. Wow. My witchlings, step into dietheyogawitch.shop where magic meets movement and everyday rituals get an upgrade. Browse my handmade intention-infused jewelry and then snuggle up with Die the Yoga Witch mugs, yoga mats, t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, dog hoodies, cat collars, and so much more. Treat yourself, bless a friend, maybe even your familiar, and bring a little witchy sparkle into your daily life. Once again, you can find that at dietheyogawitch.shop. Now, if you're enjoying this podcast and would like to step just a little bit deeper into our coven, consider clicking on that join button and becoming a member of our channel. There are some amazing perks for all of my witchlings with levels starting at just a single solitary $1 a month. How affordable is that? Now, also a quick little reminder that you can help this channel for free by subscribing, sharing this video with a friend, liking this video, leaving a couple of comments. I really, really, really do appreciate all of your support, and I am so thankful for all of you for tuning in. All right, Al, back to the show. We got a really good shoe for you tonight. Really big shoe. Really big shoe. God, that man. All right. Oh, thank you, Bernie. They came from Zenny. Yes, Hazel. It is definitely one of those days where you just want to break shit. Man, I need a rage room. Yeah. Oh. Yep. Yep. Thank you, Andrea. Man, it was chaos getting to it last night, though. Oh, my good goddess. Yeah, I drove the poor man behind the curtain absolutely batshit crazy yesterday because literally I'm still writing my notes for the episode. We're supposed to go live at 5:30. At 5:25, I'm still finishing my notes, and he is screaming in frustration because he's got to start prepping. And I felt so bad. I had waited until yesterday to get all of it because we were anticipating something happening during the day yesterday that I was going to want to talk about, and then nothing happened. Fucking figures, right? Yes, an occult big shoe. Does anybody but me and the man behind the curtain get the really big shoe reference? Was it Ed Sullivan? No. Yes, it was Ed Sullivan. Oh, God, fasting and hungry. I am so sorry, honey. Oh. And then I'm sure you're fasting because you have to go see the vampires later. Ugh, I hated that. Okay. Shut up, Di. I got the hiccups now. All right, you guys. It is time for the Sanskrit bit. Yay! Anyway. Our week of the word. I did say it. Shut up. We're going to try this again. I can't yet. Give me a second. I hate my brain. I really hate my brain sometimes. Our word of the week is Vairagya. To embody Vairagya today, practice caring without clinging. Notice where you're holding tension around outcomes, opinions, or expectations, and gently soften your grip. Do what is yours to do with presence and integrity, and then release the need for control or approval. Embodying Vairagya today can be as simple as pausing before reacting, stepping away from what drains you, or letting emotions pass without attaching a story to them. Choose simplicity over excess, rest over proving, and trust over grasping. Vairagya lives in the quiet decision to preserve your energy, to stay rooted in self-trust, and to tend your inner flame with steadiness rather than force. Less attachment, more ease. Logic tracks. And that, my friends, is our Sanskrit word of the week for today. Great, now I have Annie's positive bit theme. It is now time for Namaste. Namaste says wash your hair. Use some good shampoo and wash your hair. Feel your fingers massage your head. Let your head feel every sensation. Feel the bubbles cleanse your hair and scalp. Notice how the water rinses your hair and mind clean. Being stressed can cause pressure to build up around your head. Massaging your head can help relax and invigorate the largest and most complex organ in your body, the brain. I'm going to bitch yet again. I do every time we have this card. The largest organ of your body is your skin, although I think the fact that it says the largest and most complex organ in your body, the brain, might actually be accurate. That, my friends, is our Namaste. All right, my loves. Now we have self-compassion. Self-compassion. Anyway, self-compassion is a special delivery. Bring to mind someone who has enormous wells of compassion. Imagine them sending you love right now. Are they saying anything? What is the expression on their face? Self-compassion. Okay, it is time now for our little moment of Zen from the Little Book of Zen. We have a Zen koan and a very popular quote, an appropriate quote from Hans Christian Andersen. Our Zen koan. Wakuan complained when he saw a picture of bearded Bodhidharma. Why hasn't that fellow a beard? Okay. Quote from Hans Christian Andersen. But the emperor has nothing on at all, cried a little child. And that, my friends, is our moment of Zen for today. All right. And now we're going to wrap things up with our blessing. Okay, here we go. Here is today's blessing. May today meet you with steadiness and clear sight. May your heart be protected from haste and your choices guided by wisdom rather than impulse. May you honor your worth without apology, and may every step you take serve your highest good. So it is. Blessed be, and namaste, my witchlings. That was our blessing. All right. I'm going to click into here. Oh boy. We're having fun here. Oh, okay. It is now time to wrap things up. Okay. Click, click, click. All right. Here we go. All right, witchlings. It is time to wrap up and open our circle. So, with the extinguishing of our candle, our circle is now open, and we extend our eternal gratitude to the ancestors for being with us here today. Bonk. All right, before we go, my friends, remember, this space exists solely because of the witchling community we have built here. There are no corporate sponsors yet, just shared magic, mutual love, mutual care, and a whole lot of love, my friends. So do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing. Hit the bell so you know when we're posting and going live, and then go ahead and join the channel if you have the financial means to do so. And please, tell your friends about us here. Oops. And on that note, all right, now let's go out and spread love, spread joy, and spread kindness, because there is already enough darkness in this world. Let each of us choose to be steady lights of love and hope for those finding their way through it. Make sure you tell your loved ones in all their forms, 2 legs, 4 legs, wings, fur, scales, paws, or claws, that they matter very much deeply to you. Time moves faster than any of us realize, and those chances to say I love you are not ever guaranteed. And if you take one thing and only one thing away from everything that I do here every single day, please let it be that you always, always, always remember, you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and you are here for a reason, even if you don't know what that reason is yet. It took me till I was 45 to figure mine out. I love you guys to bits. You are the reason I am here every day. You are the best part of my day. Namaste, my witchlings. Hey, there we go. Lee. One of these days, I will think to check my lenses before I put them on. The man behind the curtain is using his German to see if he can translate what Peter just said without auto-translator. I love it. Yes, John is going into pun prison. John is going to pun prison. There we are. Okay. Yep. I like that one. That kind of goes along with the we are all one thing. So for those of you who are new here, if I'm looking over that way, he's talking in my ear because we're in a Discord voice chat, but he is in the other room right over there. So I keep looking at him in my mind, not thinking about the fact I can look at him this way because he's on the other side of the camera like you guys are. Oh, John. I'm not asking that one. John, you know I am not going to tell you what to do. It is not my place to tell you what to do. But in my not so humble opinion, you should do it. It's going to scare the shit out of you. It really is. But come on, you've stood in front of 16-year-olds and taught. Standing up in front of a group of adults and giving a speech is going to be so much easier. They're marginally less likely to heckle you. You are so welcome, Mimi. Last night's Bitch and Witch was not easy to do, and I'm not sorry. I am sorry that the shit that happened that led to it happened, but I'm not sorry I did that one. I actually am really grateful I did that topic last night because we are in a moment of crisis here in this country. I want to address something. Wait, let me get this shit so I can actually look at y'all. I want to address something though. Yes, we are seeing a number of parallels to 1930s, 1920s through 1940s Germany. Yes, we are seeing a lot. However, it is the authoritarian playbook. However, pause. We do need to stop and remember that Mustache Man did his recon and gathered his intel on how to do what he did from the United States with our Jim Crow laws, etc., etc. So, what we need to be referring to ICE here in the States as is slave catchers, not the foreign country. I'm not saying that word. I am very deliberately avoiding the G word. We need to refer to them as slave catchers because that is the far more direct lineage than going American to Germany to back to American. German back to American. We need to remember that the Mustache Man idolized Henry Ford. And as I said, got a lot of his ideas from how the Americans, the United Statesians, treated the Native Americans and the blacks. I was myself called on the carpet for that phrasing by a friend who is Jewish, who pointed out that by referring to what is going on as a Holocaust or anything of that sort, we are very much diluting the horror of the Holocaust. And enough people have tried to erase the Holocaust as it is or claim that it wasn't as bad as it genuinely was is problematic. And yes, there were non-Jewish victims of the camps. However, the Holocaust is referencing solely the Jewish victims. Yup. No. The Holocaust refers strictly to what happened. Trust me, that was part of the education yesterday as well. I had a good, like, hour-long conversation in comments on a friend's post about this. Yep, non-Zionist Jewish friend. She's a really amazing person, really strong. This young woman has also recently survived cancer. So, and I see Irish. Hey, Irish, I'm so glad to see you. Yeah, the World Cup and the Olympics are going to be highly entertaining this year because there's going to be a lot of teams that would normally compete in the World Cup who won't be because either they've been told they can't come or their countries are boycotting it because it's being held here. And I am loving the fact that the mayor of the town in Italy, I can't remember which fucking town it is, has straight up said ice is not allowed. Yes, Pete, we'll get to the theory of Bob in a moment, Peter. The bad people are not bad. They missed love because the leak of... Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. Most days, note I say most days, I do have my bad days. I firmly believe that nobody is completely bad. There is always a little bit of good in everybody. Even the mustache man liked children and animals, okay? So I refuse to believe that anyone is all bad. But damn. John, you go get some rest if you need it, hun. Now, as for... I'm going to introduce Peter to the theory of Bob. My darling ex-husband actually put words to it, and it's a theory that I picked up in high school watching Joseph Campbell. Does not matter what deity we pray to. We are all praying to the same deity. We're just calling it by different names, and my darling ex-husband refers to his deity as Bob. Therefore, we have the theory of Bob. There we go. Yes! Oh my God, Irish, exactly. Irish is spot on. I agree with Peter. And then I am Seattle adjacent. I live in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Seattle is the closest big city to me that people would recognize. I'm about half hour out. No one here in my community is saying if ICE shows up. We all know it is a matter of when, because we have already had ICE agents show up in not the next town over, but the next bigger town over, the town where Target and Costco are. And we have seen here in our town some blacked out SUVs that look kind of sus. So we know it's not a matter of if we end up with a large presence here. It is a matter of when. Yeah. It is. I am terrified in some ways. Because I am terrified because I do know there are people in this town who are undocumented from south of the border. We're going to start calling them slave catchers. I'm going to start referring to the slave catchers, and y'all know who I'm referring to there. I am also one that I will let my neighbors know that if they get that knock on the door, they are more than welcome to just open my front door and walk in. Let me just... That's true. Okay, fine. Apparently we're not supposed to say that. See, I can't stand this because I cannot stand being expected to just stand aside and watch these people be disappeared. I can't stand it. It kills me because that is not how I was raised to treat other people. I was one of those kids who straight up took the "what would Jesus do" thing that was hammered into the Christian kids in the late 80s, early 90s. I took that to heart. And I also took the "do unto others as you would have done unto you," and the Jesus told us to love one another and all of that. I took all of that to heart. And now I'm being told I'm the one in the wrong for following the teachings of the Bible that I haven't even believed in for 30 fucking years. Yes. No. Peter is saying, is it true that normal people have also? I would say yes, because of what they did to Alex. And it infuriates me. Normal persons have, been shooting on ice. Oh shit, I misread that. No. Okay, my reading comprehension is sucking right now. No, none of our civilians have fired on ice. Ice has, that we know of. ICE has been the instigator in all of the known altercations. But yet, no, he didn't. They disarmed him and then started shooting him. Is Walmart just a really big... to my understanding, yes. That is my understanding from people who know both stores. Yes, and it's kind of entertaining. I would be interested. It would be interesting to walk into an English Costco. Yep. I'm not sure. I haven't heard about Walmart overseas. I know Target. I think there's Targets in Asia, but I'm not positive. I don't remember where all Target is. But yeah. Yeah, they put him on leave. And have y'all seen what happened when they took Okay. So there's been one. What was what the fluff was his name? The little short shit who was Temu SS, who was the head of thank you. I kept thinking bovine, but that wasn't right. Bovino has been removed from his position and sent back to California. And 20 minutes after the Fox News host said, hey, why doesn't he put so-and-so in charge, his border czar? 20 minutes later, Trump says, hey, I'm going to put the border czar in Minnesota. Holman. Tom Homan. Walmart is an entertaining place. Especially if you find one that is back to being a 24-hour Walmart, you want to go to Walmart after midnight. That is when the best people are there. My ex and I used to do most of our Walmart grocery shopping after midnight, because that way we didn't have to take the kids with us. Always helpful. And let's see, one time we saw a guy in the store in a vampire cape, and he had the teeth and all. It was great. Another time I was there during the day and I saw a family of superheroes, mom, dad, and the two boys. They were all dressed up as superheroes. It was not Halloween. It was great. Numerous people shuffling around Walmart in PJs and fuzzy slippers. I mean, after midnight is the best time to do Walmart. All right. Yep. Also, by the way, I'm going to say, please, in the chat, we are going to start referring to them as the slave catchers, because I'm not going to take the chances of the algorithm scanning our chat and seeing banned words and possibly causing problems. Speaking of banned words, I was getting ready to say that. Speaking of banned words, I have deleted the clock app from my phone. We have not been posting any of the business content to it for months. And since the end of the year, since New Year's Eve. And yeah, I'm not going back at all unless things seriously change, because I'll be goddamn go to hell if I am going to have a fucking app tell the government my details. Yes, I saw that. Did you see the way Mama squared up on that SOB? She was ready to take him down. I straight up said in a comment section on a video of that, going, dude, who was her security detail protecting there? Were they protecting her from him, or were they protecting his ass from her? Because she was about to go to town on his ass. Bitch, don't play. No, that was yesterday. Yes, today is the 40th anniversary of Challenger. Yes, I did know that. Oh my God. I was homesick from school that day. It was one of the rare days that I was sick that the incubator let me pull the hide-a-bed out of the couch. So I was splatted down in the middle of the hide-a-bed, and she had that on TV because we all knew it was a huge thing. And I watched it happen from my living room couch. None of us got any kind of counseling or anything after that. All right. Oh, God. Wow. It's weird to think that some of you weren't even born yet. I mean, for me, yeah, my kids weren't around because I was 6. I know. I was 8. 40 years. I am 8 years old. So I was in 2nd grade. Yep. No, Tesco. I think the only Tesco's we might have are on the East Coast or down south. I'm not sure, but they're not a West Coast thing. Yes. It was terrifying. And I read something yesterday that the scientist who was supposed to sign off on it being okay through the company, the company that it was contracted through, the scientist that was supposed to sign off and say it was okay for takeoff refused to sign because of the cold. He straight up said, we do not know if there's going to be a malfunction due to the cold. And good to know, Mimi. I'll check it a bit. And he said, no, I will not sign off. This is not safe. We do not know. And Reagan really wanted to be able to brag about sending a teacher to space in his State of the Union. So NASA pressured the company to just sign off without him. And, yeah, exactly what he predicted happened. So, he got demoted, at which point the government stepped in, somebody stepped in and said, no, you don't demote him for actually speaking the truth, because he wouldn't shut up about it after it happened. So they ended up promoting him to senior manager of the division that redesigned the part that failed. So that was kind of cool. I just read about this yesterday. That's how I knew it was the 40th anniversary today. I can't believe it's been 40 years. Thank you, Schmelly Shell. I like that one. From Alberta, huh? Nice. Actually, no, he didn't have to beg her to go to space. She volunteered. I believe she was, I can't remember if she was elementary or high school. But yeah, it was this big thing. And something that came out much, much, much later is she was the first openly queer person to go to space. I did not know she was queer until the last 5-10 years. Toys R Us is the American version of Smith's. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what Smith's is. Toys R Us is coming back. Toys R Us is coming back. I don't remember where it is, but I did hear a few years back that Toys R Us is open again. That did not feel good, and I can imagine it didn't sound good to y'all. I am so sorry. I'm a klutz. So, I got to talk about my t-shirt today. I chose this one deliberately. It is the Northwest Freedom Riders Motorcycle Club. This is the motorcycle club that the man behind the curtain and I belonged to up until basically the plague. I love it. I love the people that we still know there. There are some really awesome people. We just no longer... Yeah, a lot of them wear red hats. And we have not gone since... Yeah, pre-plague. Yeah. I have voicemail. Oh, shitballs. I have acupuncture today. That's why SVT just called. Give me a moment, y'all. I need to mute for just a second. Yep. I have an appointment that I forgot about, y'all. It is my acupuncture appointment, and the bus is on the way, or will be shortly. So I am going to have to wrap this up an hour early, and I feel like shit for that because this is my favorite part of the day. They're calling again. Give me a second.